Good morning, class. Welcome to Travel and Tourism Day 3. Today we'll be discussing travel agency and we'll be trying to understand the types of travel agencies. Alright, children, before we begin, I need to tell you this that please learn the definitions by heart and make sure that you write them. This is a good time for you all to write and practice and learn. All right. So, also another important thing, make sure that you finish up your tasks that were given to you in the earlier PPTs. There are deadlines that I have given you for that as well. Please make sure that you're working on that and you would mail me the responses. Alright, today's topic is types of travel agencies. There are two types of travel agencies, children. One is the retail travel agency, which is the RTA, and wholesale travel agency, which is the WTA. Now, children, you can be asked a 1-mark question, as in give the full form of RTA. So, you should be able to answer retail travel agency. They can also ask you WTA, so you should be able to answer wholesale travel agency. Now, before we move forward and I explain the definition to you, I need to explain two key terms here. One is retail and one is wholesale. All right. So, let me give an example for you. If you go to a stationery shop and you want to buy a pencil box, the pencil box is going to cost you 50 rupees. Now, the stationery shop that is near your house, it is a retail shop. It is a retail shop and you are getting the pencil box there for 50 rupees. Now, all of you have heard the term Sadar Bazaar. Sadar Bazaar is known as a wholesale market, wherein if you go and buy the same pencil box there, you will get it for 30 rupees. But you have to buy it in bulk. That means you cannot buy one pencil box, you would have to buy around say 30 or 50 pencil boxes, and then you will get one pencil box for 30 rupees. So children, you need to understand the difference. Retail is where you would get one item but the price is high. Wholesale is where you will get a lot of items and the price will be low. All right. Now, when you look at this in the travel agency point of view, the same way a wholesaler will have lot of tourist products and he will sell it to the retailer. The retailer will put all those tourist products together and sell it to you in the form of a package. All right. So let's try and understand what is the definition and what are the roles. Retail travel agency. It is a business that performs the following functions: quotes fares and rates, makes reservations, arranges travel tickets and accommodation, arranges travel insurance, foreign currency and documents, and accepts the payments. Now, a very good example for a retail travel agency would be your WOW, that is Women on Wanderlust, or it can be your Make My Trip, or it can be your Go Ibibo. So what do these people do? These people give you the packages and then they show you the fares and the rates. They will also make the arrangements, that is your travel tickets, accommodation, travel insurance and reservation. They can also help you on your documents, that's your visa and other things, and they can help you out with foreign currency as well, and they accept the final payments for the tour. Now let's look at wholesale travel agency. The agencies are specialized in organizing package tours which are marketed to the customers through a network of retail travel agencies. So children, you should understand this term. So the wholesaler specializes in organizing package tours. Okay, so he makes the packages for you which are marketed to the customers. Now, who is doing the marketing part of it? The retail travel agency, because it is written very clearly here, which are marketed to the customers through a network of retail travel agency. So, who is doing the marketing part here? Your retail travel agency. So wholesale travel agency assembles the package holidays and sells them to the customers through retail agencies. Children, you have to remember that first comes your wholesaler. He sells it to the retailer sells it to you. All right, moving ahead. Now in wholesalers also there are two types. One is a tour operator and one is a consolidator. Now who's a tour operator? A wholesaler who sells package tours is called a tour operator. Now who's a consolidator then? A consolidator is a wholesaler who sells tourist products individually without assembling them is called a consolidator. Now children, to make this a little bit more easy, I have made a chart here so that it can be easy for you to understand this cycle. So who's a consolidator? Okay, now consolidator is someone who has the bulk tourist products, but it is with him individually. He does not assemble it. All right. The tour operator, what does he do? He assembles the tourist products to a tour package. Now he takes these things individually, tourist products individually, and he makes it into a tour package. What does the retailer do? Now the retailer is your Go Ibibo, your retailer is your Make My Trip. He markets the tour package to the customer. And what does the customer do? That is we people who want to travel, we will buy the product. Now this cycle, I would like to explain this to you in a more less complex manner. Now how would it go? Listen to this. So let's say the product is a pencil box. All right. So the consolidator will have the chain, will have the cloth, will have the design, everything ready. Okay. Now he sells this raw product to the tour operator. Okay. So now what does the tour operator do? He fixes up and assembles the pencil box to look like a pencil box. He will stitch the cloth, make it to look like a pouch, put the zip, design it, etc. So this work is done by the tour operator. Then he sells this pencil box to the retailer. Now what does the retailer do? He has to sell it to the customer. So what will he do? He'll click pictures of the pencil box, put it out in the newspaper, show it to people who all wants to buy it, and then the customers are attracted by the product. So basically the retailer is marketing the product, and finally the customer gets excited to see the colorful pencil box and the customer buys it. So this cycle is very important in terms of travel business, children, and you have to understand this clearly. Try and practice making this in a rough notebook at home, and try and remember what are the roles of individual names. For example, the consolidator, the tour operator, retail, and customer. All right. Now let's come to package tours are sold in two ways. Now, when you are selling, there are two ways that the package tours are sold. One is the markup price, and one is on the basis of commission. All right. So let's read out the definition. When a travel agency sells a tour package on marked up price, that means it first marks up the cost of a tour, then sells it at a higher rate. The markup price is the difference between the retail price and the wholesale price. So let me give you an example. The retail price of a pencil box is 50 rupees. And the wholesale price of a pencil box in your shops and other thing is 30 rupees. So what is the difference there? It's the 20 rupees difference. So that is your markup price. The main source of income or revenue for a retail travel agency is the commission received from the vendors. In India, travel agencies receive 95% of their revenue from commission and the remaining 5% from consultancy services. Now, children, it is very important that we look at this chart again. When the consolidator sells something to the tour operator, that price is the base price actually. All right, the tour operator buys something from the consolidator. Now when the tour operator sells it to the retailer, he will sell it at a much higher price. All right, now when the retailer sells it to the customer, the retailer further sells it at a higher price. So at what price the consolidator is selling to the tour operator is different, and what price the tour operator is selling to the retailer is different, and at what price the retailer is selling it to the customer is different. So children, all the money that is involved in the middle, which is the profit, that is basically looked as the commission. All right, so please try and learn these two definitions, because they can be asked in a 1 mark question also, and they can also ask you in a 3 mark question. Write down the 2 ways in which package stores are sold. So you should be able to write about the markup price, and you should be able to write about the commission basis. All right children, so today we stop at this. I want you to go through these slides again, and if you have any doubts, you can write to me. All right, also I want you to explore more on the concept of the retail seller, and also I want you to explore more on the concept of tour operator, which I have mentioned here for you. All right, so children, see you in the next class. Hope you are learning, and I hope that you are writing and practicing everything. Thank you. Take care.